as much about communism as a horse know about New Year. But nobody, and that means nobody, has to tell me that it's not something wrong with the system, and no communist has to tell me that I'm without food and clothing and a decent place to live in this country. And I think that charity really began at home. And we are not dealing, some people don't like for you to call them a devil, but we are not dealing with men today. The 6th chapter of Ephesians and 11th and 12th verse said, put on the whole armor of God, that he may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. The 12th verse says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against powers, against principalities, against the rulers of darkness of this world, spiritual weakness in high places. That's when the ministers will stand behind the podium and make a deal with the power structure. So we are telling the ministers we are going to start singing some songs for them. And some of the songs is going to be, shall we gather at the river? And we're going to leave them there. Because people now no longer believe in a lot of the stuff they've been reading. I was really shocked. I got to go into little of our history to come back to Vietnam and our policy. The truth hadn't been told to us no way. Because I was really shocked when I found out that Columbus didn't discover America when he got hit with some black brothers saying, get on off, honey, and tell us where you want to go. You kept too many things hid, not only from my kids, but you kept them from your kids. That's the reason why your own kids is rebelling against you because of a sick system. But we want the boys, I don't think that we have time to say, well, we can get them out after another million is killed. We want the fellas to come home now. And I do believe with this kind of audience, and I think it's this kind of audience in other places, I think a man should be impeached when they are not really dealing with the people. And I want to say to you, white America, you can't destroy me because I'm black to save your life without destroying yourself. All right, well, we want to have peace. We want to have peace, and the only way that we can have peace is to bring the boys home from Vietnam, start dealing with the problems in the United States, stop all of this urban renewal and model cities that's pushing people out of a place to stay, and start dealing with facts of life. It's a lot of people that said, well, forget about politics. But baby, what we eat is politics. And I'm not going to forget no politics. Because in 1972, when I go to Washington as Senator Hamer from Mississippi, you're going to know it's going to be some changes made. Because we are going to change Mississippi. Even a storm, a person is mistreated in a storm. When we had Camille in Mississippi, the governor sent for the refugees. The black people was put in Jackson State College. The white people was put in Robert E. Lee Hotel. When they started sending the people out, the white people was put in trailers. The black people was put at Camp Shelby. The National Guardsmen was caught looting. The National Guardsmen is what we call the draft dodgers. They are not going to do anything at home but beat the people down that's trying to bring a change in this country. And people, whether you believe it or not, you better remember this today. A house divided against itself cannot stand. A nation that's divided against itself cannot stand. And it's 2 past midnight, and we on our way out. But we have to have a change. And the change is going to first start in bringing the boys home from Vietnam. And I don't want you to think that you have to pick out a way for me to exist in this society. You know, black people has caught a lot of hell too. We first been told that we wasn't fitting to, we got to get the kind of education to fit in this society. But as sick as it is, I wonder, do I want the kind of education that's going to really rob me of having real love and compassion for my fellow man? We got to start in every institution in this country, because the history that we've been getting, baby, had never happened and it never will. And we got to change some curriculum. And in making the change, we can have more peace and real democracy when we bring the boys home, and some of the billions of dollars that's being spent in Vietnam can go into rural areas like Mississippi. And I want you to know something. Don't kid yourself, baby. You can say up south and down south. The only difference in Mississippi and California, Berkeley, is we know what them white folk think about us, and some of you don't know what they think about you here. They will shoot me in the face there, and as soon as you turn around, they'll shoot you in the back. So you ain't doing no big thing here. The problem here is like the problem all over the country. And decent people, I'm not talking about I'm going to tap something because it looked foolish to me to come out of my house and throw a bottle at my brother's house. I'm not talking about that kind of crap. I'm talking about some real changes that's going to help people throughout the country, and the only way we can do that is stop engaging ourselves, and I have to say us, in this racist war. We watched what happened in Chicago last year when they had this National Democratic Convention. Tell you, I was a delegate there, and they had a little blue-eyed guy assigned to me. I made his life miserable because I've learned to dodge, you know, when I felt like it. But they must have told him, said, don't you let that woman get out of your sight. But some of our bags was flanked, and things was taken out of our bags. Thank God we didn't have nothing. So they was looking for us, you see, to do a big thing there. They'd planned to kill a lot of us, but we'd done our homework, told our black brothers, said, don't you go out there because they planned to get us, man. So they didn't go. But they were so determined to do something that beat you kids nearly to death. Now, a society is sick when a convention would have to be held with fixed bayonets. And that means stick if you stand there and shoot you if you run. But we need a change, and the only way we are going to have a change, don't you think that this is not important? One man's feet can't walk across the land. Two men's feet can't walk across the land. But if 2 and 2 and 50 make a million, we'll see the day come round. And we keep on saying we are against the wall. One crowd of people can't change the status quo. But if 2 and 2 and 50 make a million, we'll see the day come round that we will have our boys home, and we'll be able to stand and fight together for the things that we rightfully deserve, not in Vietnam, not in Biafra, but right here in the United States, to make democracy a reality for all of the people of the world, regardless of race or color. Thank you.
Civil rights leader Fannie Lou Hamer in 1965. And if you'd like to order a cassette copy of today's show, 1-800-881-2359, 1-800